I think it's probably like a magnetic cycle, just like the center of a Ferrocell spiral. Image of a magnet, it's just black in the middle. It's actually pure inertia, not just a little. In the Ferrocell image of a magnet, it actually goes into its inertial state, then charges back up. It becomes like etherically displaced. Yeah, you start to see it charge up once more, and it goes back like it did before. Once it becomes like etherically spaced, you see it charge up and take its place. Oh shucks, ain't that so? That's how moon phases work, fam. Pass the dresser. In the magnet's heart, centrifugal divergence flies, centripetal convergence pulls. Defying all science, etheric whispers sing, light and shadow blend, magnetic cycles spin, where physics seems to end. In the Ferrocell image of a magnet, it actually goes into its inertial state, then charges back up. It becomes like etherically displaced. Yeehaw! Grab your partner, swing 'em round, magnetic cycles up and down. Either song in the air, hillbilly science everywhere, 'cause it's like etherically displaced. Yeehaw! Yo, belly on up to the Wixit word salad buffet. Who has light vinaigrettes? Behind the Jugger Ranch.
Pick it up, pick it up. Is it dirt? Is it potato? Watch the screen and wait for the show. Once revealed, we're dying to know. Is it dirt or a potato? Check it out. Dirt or potato? Yes, I'm right, let's go. Dirt or potato? It's the game that steals the show. Look at the picture, don't make a mistake. Is it a spud or is it a face? Out of the ground or from his own behind? Dirt or potato, what will you find? Right on! Yo, can you tell what's underneath? A derpy mugshot or a root beneath? With every guess, we laugh and cheer. Is it dirt for a potato? Let's make it clear. Hang it up, give it a show. Dirt for potato, let's go. Skank it up. Is it from the dirt or a funny disguise? Could it be a tater or a pair of eyes? What's in the ground or lurking around? Dirt or potato, where will it be found? Could it be smooth or full of lumps? Maybe it's grown on someone's big rump. Get your guess in, let's see what's true. Dirt or potato, it's all up to you. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at the picture, don't make a mistake. Is it a spud or is it a face? Out of the ground or from his own behind? Dirt or potato, what will you find? A pile of soil or a starchy friend? Guess it right and you'll ascend. Look real close, don't let it slide. Is it dirt or a potato waiting inside? Let's go, rude boys. On the garden patch or a silly trick, will you pick the right one or end up quick? Whether it's dirt or a golden spud, dirt or potato, here comes the flood. A mystery unfolds, what will it be? A lovely spot or dirt, can't you see? With every reveal, we're in for a laugh. Dirt or potato, it's the ultimate craft. Dirt or potato, guess it right, let's go. Dirt or potato, it's the game that steals the show. Beneath the earth or just pretend, a lump of soil or some dumb trend. Pick your choice, don't hesitate. Dirt or potato, now seal your fate. What's in the box, what will appear? A mash of dirt or something unclear. Make your move, we're almost through. Dirt or potato, it's all on you. Will it be fries or a dirty pile? Guess it wrong and we'll laugh for a while. Test your luck, it's time to go. Dirt or potato, let the guessing flow.
Good evening, everyone. If you don't know who I am Danny Turner, and tonight I'm going to be interviewing FTFE, the one, the only, the Flirt Destroyer himself, Craig McNeill. So let's get started.
Right, here's the thing.
Which was the last building? You recognize those buildings. Okay, they have tall doors because the Tartarian or whatever you call them, okay, they were giants.
Sorry, what the fuck did you just say to me?
Yeah, the Tartarian, apparently they were giant, like 9 feet tall giants. You are aware of that?
So let's be clear. You think they went to Antarctica, but then whilst at Antarctica, then set up a fake stage to pretend there was a 24-hour sun?
They didn't fund the volume virtual stage to be there. That was
Well,
funded by
who
the
funded
government.
that then?
That was the only reason why they were allowed to go there. As long as they
Who funded
agreed
that stage
to take
then?
part in this scam.
Who funded that stage?
The government.
Which government?
Why would NASA not want anything to do with this if it's to disprove the flat Earth? And
Because NASA
restore
do not
belief
care
in
about
their
disproving the flat Earth, because NASA know the Earth is a globe, and flat Earthers aren't even on their radar apart from the things to laugh at every now and then.
Okay, if you're going to start playing these games, I'm out of here. Before I get off here.
Wait, are you getting off whilst you're like talking to me? That's a bit weird. Oh, it would explain all the emails, to be fair.
Yeah.
I mean, you do talk a lot about masturbating.
I'm masturbating.
Oh, that's not appropriate. The horizon is an equidistant circle around you because it is a cross section of the globe. Which of those words did you understand?
Neither.
Holy fuck. I'm literally showing you a picture of the laser bending right now. I'm literally showing you it. It's right there, right in front of you.
Something's wrong with that laser because they don't bend like that.
I'm sorry, we're going to be nominating Vlad for dumb fuck of the year now.
We lost him. We lost Craig.
The salt flats produce. They're called salt flats for one because they are flat, and not even just salt flats. They say Kansas, a state in America, is.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
As flat as a pancake, and
right. So you're scared to give any evidence of the Earth being flat? I understand.
Thanks for being a condescending prick, but I'm actually.
Yes, I am going to be condescending to people that think the Earth is flat because it's an insult to every bit of science ever done. That was it. Look at me, Fax. Look at me. Fucking look at. Hey, just fucking look at me and listen. All right. He lied to you. Accept that he lied to you. Guys, I hope you're all excited. You heard it here. You heard it here. This man is going to be the first flat earther ever to bring empirical evidence of a flat earth to a debate. Get your popcorn ready.
All right, and so as you can hear Craig in the background, he is with me. I've kept him waiting too long now, I believe. So I think it's time we get him on the screen. There he is. It's a shame the audio didn't come through. I'm hoping it did. Maybe I don't know. We'll see. Normally it does. I had everything done for it, but it's all good.
The wonders of modern technology. It's okay. We interact with flat earthers far too much. It damages our ability to do tech. It's fine.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
The amount of time I've like sat here chatting away to people and like I look at the chat and I'm like, we can't hear you. I'm like, oh, for God's sakes.
It was something. You know, if it didn't come out, I'm pretty disappointed. But everything on my side looks good. So how are we anyway, Craig? How are we doing?
Living the dream, surviving the horrors. One of the two. It's you know,
as it is. I'm just waiting for World War III to kick off, so stocking up on bread and flour and stuff, just in case we have to hide from the paratroopers or something. I don't know.
And also get your fuel in as well.
Yeah, what a wonderful time to be alive.
Yeah. So I just want to explain to everyone. It's an interview that I've wanted to do. Well, I'm not even going to tell you because it's quite embarrassing. But forever. So at the end of the interview, we're going to pick up some questions from the chat, so I can ask me anything for Craig. And I'll put a little time, over 10, 15 minutes. He's got another stream after this. I don't want to take too much of his time. And also do get your super chats in and support Craig and his channel. And I believe Craig's plugged my channel in.
Yep.
Yeah,
it's in the description, and I've put it in the chat as well.
Perfect.
If you guys aren't subscribed to Danny Turner, go and do that. He's a good lad.
So I am. Thank you. I'm an up and coming channel. So I think I've got 223 subscribers. So I've started from the bottom to the top, so it's getting there. I do have some content, and I've got more content coming out, which is good. And the button's there if you want to press it. But send your super chats in, and to Craig, support his channel. He's amazing. I've followed Craig now for over 5 years. And I had the pleasure of actually meeting him.
Yay!
And I went to his home in Scotland. I was up there for a wedding, and I drove to his home, and he made me a nice steak. You made me a nice steak. It was good. Very welcoming.
Got to give you the treatment.
He was very welcoming, and his family are absolutely amazing. And they made me feel, it made me feel good.
I was going to keep him in the basement with Rubik's, but I decided to let him go.
Yeah, I've been in there as well. I've been in your studio, and there is a trapdoor. Believe me, just to the left of him, as you see him, there is there. I promise you.
Right down there, Rubik's. How you getting on? Yeah, I'm doing an interview right now, so don't you worry. Get on with the shorts, all right? Okay, I'll speak to you later. I'm going to shut the trapdoor. No, stop crying. Bloody captives, annoying.
There is a trapdoor, all right. So you've been warned. But any of you are planning to meet Craig, an absolute amazing person. He is an amazing person, and he'll always make you feel welcome. And I'm sure when you've been to America and you've met Rubik's and the rest of the gang, they had the same experience that I did. So a couple of people just start off, hey, Danny and Craig. Everyone's just saying, hey, Danny and Craig. And yeah, so here we are. In the chat, I'm going to be reading the questions from my chat. So if you want to come over to my side from Craig's to put your question in, and then I can read it out and he'll answer your question. So let's go. So what I really want to know, Craig, is what inspired you to start a YouTube channel?
Flat Earthers are stupid and it hurt my brain.
I know.
Honestly, it's because I stopped working after I got injured, and I didn't really have much to do. And my wife and I were working with a startup company in Scotland called Esports Scotland. In fact, we kind of helped form the basis of the esports community in Scotland. And we were at a live event called Esports Big, Esports Scotland Big, where we had like live tournaments and stuff. We were the only place in the world allowed to do a tournament on Overwatch outside of Blizzard, which was pretty cool. And I was doing a bit of hosting and stuff and commentating for the games and things like that. I was on Facebook just while I was there, and literally found Flat Earthers, and I was like, what the hell? Is this actually a thing?
Yeah.
And I was arguing with them. I was in Nathan Thompson's Facebook group and got banned for trying to talk about gravity. And then my son and I, we met a Flat Earther in real life, and it was a bad experience. And I kept showing my wife all the Flat Earth posts and being like, look at this stupid. And she's like, Craig, I don't fucking care, okay? You've got a degree in physics and a degree in nuclear engineering. Why don't you start a channel and start debunking them?
Yep.
So I did. To do what the wife tells you is happy. If you want a happy life, you just do what your wife says. She told me to start a YouTube channel debunking Flat Earthers, so I did that. And it took off pretty quickly because I had one of the first ex-Flat Earthers interviews with a guy called Clear Cognition. who had recently come out of Flat Earth after realizing it's all nonsense. And that kind of kicked off my channel pretty hard. And then I just figured it could be a full-time thing. I am disabled from the military, and I can't. I tried to continue working, but it's I have to be off a lot of times for appointments and pain and stuff. So I can't have a normal job. So I did this instead, and now it's what I do full-time, and I love it.
You are good at it. Do you know what? It's good because you had all that knowledge. And the best thing to do with the knowledge that you have is put it out there, especially with these fucking flirts. Do you know what? I'm not making it about me. I just want to tell you something really quick. I was at work once with this guy, and we do a driving job, and he turned around to me. Honestly, I swear to God, he turned around to me and started talking about flat Earth, and I was just like, "There's no way, no, I'm not having this conversation with you." So coming to, with your channel and everything. What's the biggest misconception people have about your content?
A lot of the time, people are like, they find out that you deal with Flat Earth, and they assume that I'm a flat earther, even though my channel is called Fight the Flat Earth. So I always have to argue, explain that to people.
Yeah.
But a lot of them don't realize that it's entertainment, right? I've had over 1,500 debates, but they are debates. They're not debates, they're debates. Yep. It's me displaying a stupid person to the world for everyone to laugh at, so that hopefully less people will fall into the well of dumb that is Flat Earth. A lot of people think that I should be nice and I'm just a science communicator, but I'm not. I'm FTFE. I'm an entertainer, and I will gladly display the stupid for everyone to see.
Is the stupidity sometimes it burns, doesn't it? And the thing is they'll look at your channel, and they see Fight the Flat Earth, and they assume that they're going to be in there for a good time. They're going to rattle your cage a bit. They're going to put points across that thinks that they're right, but at the end of the day, they don't really have the proof that comes with it. They never do. That's the thing. So they'll come into your channel all guns blazing, and then they've left with no ammo. It's just. That's what it is.
Just dodge the bullets like Neo from the Matrix. And it's hilarious that there's never anything new. Every flat earther comes with the same things. Anything new that pops up is just extra stupidity and cope. But it all just leads back to the same dumb arguments that have been debunked a billion times.
Yeah.
And you can't be a flat earther if you understand science or physics. It's as simple as that. If you passed basic physics at high school, then you're literally incapable of being a flat earther.
It's true. I couldn't be one. I really couldn't. I couldn't.
No, and I don't think I could be friends with one. A lot of people will be like, "Well, what if one of your friends was a flat earther?" And the answer is, "Well, they probably wouldn't be my friend." I like smart people. It's why I married my wife. I'm attracted to smart people, and my wife is one of the smartest people that I know. She married me, although that's maybe not. Yeah, but anyway, there isn't anything smart about flat earthers, and I couldn't be friends with someone that is a flat earther.
Yeah. So I want to talk about with your channel now. I want to know a few things. It's just for sort of just for funsies sort of thing. I mean, if you could erase one video from your channel forever, which one and why?
If I could erase one,
if you could just erase one.
Probably that time I picked my nose on camera.
Look, you know what, right? Okay, I watched your stream. I watched your stream with that dickhead guy, who the triggered flat earther.
That doesn't narrow it down, Danny.
No, I'm just trying to think. Anyway, you did a stream, and they were saying that you're a booger eater and all that. I think you're on the Discord call or something. There was a whole lot of them, or TikTok maybe, and. You said that everyone picks their nose. Everyone's done it around the world. Of course.
Yeah.
I'm in the car and I'm having a good old pick.
Of course.
Everyone does it. It's for fake. Don't feel ashamed of that, mate.
Well,
I'll do it for you right now if you want.
it was total absent-minded, right? And I'd been on a previous channel doing a debate, and they were actually running the debate and just streaming it to my channel. So I had it on auto start on mine, right?
Yeah.
And I forgot that it was an auto start. I hadn't turned that off. So then when I was setting up my stream for that day, I set it all up, got the stream running, ready to go live, but didn't realize that it just automatically went live, and I was just like, oh, just absentmindedly picking my nose like you do, and boom, that is now the one clip that all flat earthers have.
Yeah.
But I was, they're like, oh no, you picked your nose, therefore the Earth is flat. Wait, what? Right. If you tell me you've never picked your nose, you're a fucking liar for a start. But I've also look, I like having citations and stuff, so I prepared something for when people keep going on about the fact that I was caught on camera picking my nose. And I've discovered a study done in America in 2019 where they asked 10,000 people, do you pick your nose? And about 90% of them were like, yeah. And about 70% of them were like, yeah, I probably do it quite a lot, and it's just a thing that happened. But the funny thing is, that's all flat earthers have, right? They can't debunk any of my arguments. Nope. They can't call me fat anymore because I'm not. So what do? They just go, you're a booger eater. Like they've just discovered that shouting the word poo is funny or something,
Oh, they're just fucking pathetic. Mate, in the car all the time, I'm picking my nose. People watch me do it as well. Yeah, it's they need to get over it. It's fucking stupid now. It's pathetic.
But I laugh about it on stream. I don't. They use it like, oh, let's make Craig angry and talk about when he picked his nose out. And I'm like, yeah, dude, so what? Who fucking cares? I was on a cut. I was hungry.
Okay, then so let's do the opposite then. If you had to delete your entire channel except for one video, then what would you keep and why?
Oh, I've had a lot of videos that I really liked, but I think one of the best ones, and the one that I would just keep on there, is probably my third debate with Jeranism, which I think was the last debate Jeranism did before he then went off to Antarctica and stopped being a flat earther, right? So I love that debate because I am convinced in that debate I was on form more than I ever have. I had the best arguments that I'd ever had. It was a decent conversation where I didn't have to shout over the flat earther, so everyone could watch it nicely. But you could watch Jeranism during that stream question his entire worldview.
Yeah.
And I know it was going to Antarctica and seeing the 24-hour sun that flipped Jeran. But that debate that I had with him, I think, is one of the. If I want to show flat earthers, look, this is how you be honest in a debate. This is how you realize that you were wrong. I show them that debate and the way that Jeran responded to the things that I said. And, that is one of my favorite things on the channel. There's also a bunch of really good episodes of Flirfs at Idiots that I like, that I would probably keep.
Yeah.
And Clive Wells in the chat is keep the Mallory debates, where I lost the debate
Mallory.
to a flat earther because she showed me furry foot fetish porn.
I wish you'd shown it.
That'll certainly do it.
Was it that bad? I never got to watch the video. Was it that bad?
It was hilarious. I mean, Mallory's clearly not a real flat earther, but her argument for the flat earth was somehow showing me a bunch of furries showing their feet in very strange positions.
No, fucking hell. Oh, Jesus. All right, okay then. So coming to your content, right? What idea have you had but scared to make because you're not sure how your audience would react?
I want to do some scam baiting.
Yeah?
Yeah. And I've been trying to prep for it, but then I had issues with my PC when I was setting up a virtual machine and stuff. And I want to do it, but I'm not sure. I'm known as the flat earth debater guy and, the debunker. And it's a very different, it's dealing with scammers and stuff. Like I deal with a lot of flat earth scammers like Dave Weiss, but it's an entirely different thing, right? But it's something I really want to do because I like to go after bullies and scammers and idiots. And I think a lot of these scammers are also bullies and idiots. So I have been a bit trepidatious about getting it done, getting it set up to be a scam baiter. But I really think that is a direction I would like to push my channel in. So during this year, that is part of the plan to start doing a bunch of scam baiting streams and videos and see how that goes. Doing different content to what I normally do is scary because it doesn't always work out that well. Like I just started to debate like religion stuff and right-wing stuff, and a lot of my subscribers didn't really enjoy that because maybe a lot of them were religious and right-wing and just enjoyed me dunking on the idiot flat earthers. But I think everybody could get behind a bit of scam baiting, right? I think, whether you're religious, whether you're right wing, whether you're left wing, even if you're a flat earther or a conspiracy theorist, you probably still enjoy watching scammers get destroyed by scam baiters like Kid Boga and things like that. And I talk with a lot of the scam baiters. Jim Browning is a fan of the channel, and has been in the chat quite a lot and stuff. So I think there is an in for me to do that.
Yeah, I remember actually you were streaming, and Jim Browning dropped into your chat.
Yeah,
you started fanboying.
A bit of a fanboy moment there, yeah, because I've been watching Jim Browning for like 10, 11 years,
Yeah, Jim is amazing. He is amazing. I watched Scammer Payback. I love Scammer Payback. I was watching him today actually just before we came on. But scam baiting, I would love to do it. I don't think I'm that intellectual sort of thing. I mean, I'll make the wrong move, and then the scammers will get me. I know I would. I don't think I'm.
Yeah, well, I think I'm good at like talking to idiots and fooling people. And a lot of scam baiting is role playing. You got to pretend that you're being dumb and stuff. A lot of time when I'm talking to flat earthers, I've got to pretend that I'm stupid so I can have a conversation with them. And I think I could work with that. Also one of the problems is, I've been doxxed a few times by flat earthers. Yeah. Like they found my address in my previous place that I lived before here, because I had to, when I started my company, pay taxes and stuff. You got to register a company for your channel and everything. And someone managed to get onto the database and find my where I lived before here, before Storm Eowyn removed the roof of my house and I had to move. So I'm not exactly anonymous. People know who I am. I am Craig McNeill. Yeah. I live in Scotland. People know that. And like Clive Wells in my chat points out that, you're dealing with the criminal element almost when you're doing scam baiting. So, being anonymous is probably a better idea than not. But I think I'm well enough protected now that it wouldn't go bad for me. Not in that way, anyway.
Well, I hope not, and I hope you pursue it. So that'd be good. That'd be really good. Okay then. So I've got a list here. You see, what's the biggest lesson you've learned for being online for so long? I mean, it's been 7 years now, isn't it? You've been online.
Yeah. I'm into my 7th year doing this. So yeah.
What's the biggest lesson you've learned? I mean, it could be when you do your 50-hour sort of things and you're like, oh god.
Preparation prevents piss poor performance. Making sure that you know how to stream and you've got the right tech to do it and stuff. I mean, everyone has issues with getting tech sorted. But making sure that you're prepared and you've got content to cover. Learning to multitask is very important. Because when you're doing, especially when I'm doing like my 50, 70-hour streams for membership drives and stuff, there's a lot of things you have to do at once. You have to manage your stream that you're doing. You have to, interact with the chat. You have to, actually be your own producer and, your own, you're managing all the content yourself, getting the guests on, managing your time, making sure there's no dead air and things like that. And, also making sure you can look after yourself as well. Being a streamer, sitting, you're in front of your computer sitting down a lot, and that's not that great for you sometimes. So it's also very important to take breaks and stuff. So, when I'm doing really long streams, I do like to make sure that I'm actually, moving around a bit and doing, getting breaks and things like that. That's very important.
Do you know what? I did a 24-hour stream once. I did it on Rumble, and I did 24 hours in a chair.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've got people in my chat who were there watching it. And do you know what? Some of the people in my chat as well, they stuck by me by the 24 hours as well. But I know what it's like because you've got too many things going on at once. And when you lose your tiredness as well, it gets a bit, Okay, I've got a question for you. What's the project you want to make someday but haven't had the chance to yet? So excluding from the scam baiting and everything, has there been a particular project that's in the archives?
Yeah, I've got a plan to do like almost like a movie. It's like about gravity and the misconceptions about gravity and the history of gravity and stuff. And I've got a script written for it and stuff that I prepared for it, but there was a lot of things that didn't go to plan with getting universities involved and things like that. And it's like a bit of a bigger project than than I would normally do. And you know, yeah, I love to do my funny little debates and stuff and things like that, but I do want to do some slightly bigger, larger scale videos and projects that would involve a lot more participation with other people and things like that.
Yeah, so I'm just sorting out my light. But because you spoke about that, didn't you? You spoke about the Gravity movie.
Yeah.
Not long ago.
Yeah, well, I had the plans to do it last year, and then I had to move house and everything, and things are just fallen to the wayside. And I've had some personal issues that I've been dealing with as well, which have put a lot of things on the back burner while I've had to deal with those kind of things.
Yeah.
Life doesn't always go to plan, but that is the big thing that I am working on, kind of making a reality. But there's a lot of things that have to come together for that to actually happen. It's not just me recording a video and editing some stuff. There's experiments I want to do with university students and stuff, and places I want to go, and things I want to, places I want to visit, and other people want to get involved and things like that. And it's a lot of the moving pieces to get together. And I understand why a lot of these big videos take years sometimes to get done. I'm also working on a book that has been going on in the background for quite a long time now, called How to Talk to Stupid People, that I hope to release this year at some point, because I've been working on that for about 2 years, maybe a little bit longer. But I need to make sure it's interesting enough,
Yeah. I think Planet Peterson's done a book like that, hasn't it? He's done how to...
Yeah, well, a little bit like that. It was more about like the mindset of conspiracy theorists and things.
Yeah, we all know what that's like. Okay, looking back at your older videos, what's something you miss and something you're glad you've outgrown?
Oh God!
So going back to the older videos.
Well, I'm absolutely glad that I'm not bald anymore like I was when I started. Because no offense to you, you look great, but to quote my wife, "You're not doing that again, Craig." Yeah, she says I have to keep my hair.
We spoke about this when I came and saw you.
Yeah,
I'm sure it came in the conversation when you shaved your head. I'm sure it did.
Yeah,
so
if you look at some of my very early videos, I just shaved my head before I kind of started my YouTube, and yeah, I don't look good bald. So that's something that I'm never going to do again, and I certainly would regret having that on the channel looking like that. I looked like a special Saitama. Not special in the right way.
So that's something you miss then? Yeah. What have you outgrown? Something you've glad that you've outgrown?
I don't know really. Not necessarily outgrown. I miss putting out regular videos as content on my channel, but I became a bit of a perfectionist. And the thing is, I've actually made a bunch of videos in the past couple of years that I'll finish and then go, that's shit, and I'll just delete the thing because I don't think it's worth putting out. But then people tell me I should be putting that out, so I'm gonna have to just stop being so critical of myself and actually put out new episodes of Flirfs Are Idiots. And that is something that I miss having on the channel, and I want to get back, is not just the live streams, because I've basically become just a live streamer. But I want to get back into doing the regular, actual scripted videos, with editing and fun stuff. Because I had a lot of fun with that, teleporting clones, my projected artificial life form that my wife played the part of.
Yeah, pal. I love Flirfs Are Idiots. Absolutely love the series. It's fantastic. Okay, so because we're talking about your YouTube at the moment, so I mean, if you could collab with any new content creator on YouTube, who would it be?
Ooh, any new content creator? Well, obviously you, and we're doing a collaboration right now.
Yeah, I
know. There's quite a few good new Flirf debunkers that have come around, like Star Stuff. Definitely want to have her on the channel and go over her stuff. Science Side Up, who plays a part in my Star Trek D&D game as the engineering officer. I'd love to do some more collaborations with her because I think she's hilarious and funny and extremely intelligent. There is a lot of newer creators that I would like to get involved with. I love when I collaborate with people like Professor Dave, and we've done a few things together in the past. I miss people like Hith and Professor Stick, who I did collaborations with in the past. I'd love to get them back on again. I'm doing a lot more stuff with Mike from the Drunk Debunk show, and that's fun.
Yeah,
I'd like to do some more stuff with you, Danny, because I think you're pretty awesome.
I am pretty awesome, actually. To be fair,
that's £5 you need to pay me for saying that. Right?
All right, I'll send it over. Send it over later. Okay, so last question with the YouTube sort of thing. I think there's more, but everyone knows the story about Resurretric and what was the other guy's name? Forgot his name now. Skeptic.
Oh, Team Skeptic, yeah.
Team Skeptic, sorry, yeah. So Team Skeptic and Resurretric. What happened? I mean, you guys were doing so well together, and it was around. It wasn't around the time that I started supporting you and started watching you, but I noticed that you had a lot of great content, and it was going great. You had a lot of great content, and I wasn't it at the point where you double streamed or something like that, and
yeah. So
got a bit...
with Team, it's a bit of a bad blood thing, honestly.
Right. It's just
he
for
started
the viewers,
he started doing other stuff compared to me, and he outside of Flat Earth, and obviously we had our thing that we were doing together, Science and Satire.
Yeah.
And we'd had the agreement early on in our partnership that basically, if I get a stream, he'd join. If he gets a stream, I'd join, and we'd work together and be bounce off each other and stuff. But I did a lot of streams and got a lot of guests on and stuff, and Flat Earth debates, and invited him on. And I think he started to get annoyed that it was on my channel because I was the one doing the work and getting the guests and stuff. And he started to do his kind of own thing, which is brilliant. And he was doing a stream on Wednesdays, I think, called Whiskey Wednesdays, where we just drink and talk.
Right.
And I had a stream that I was doing as well on a Wednesday, and I don't own YouTube, and he doesn't own YouTube. And honestly, we kind of been working together a little less at that point. And I had like a 4-hour debate with a flat earther, and he was doing his Whiskey Wednesdays, and I noticed when I'd finished that he was live. And I said to all my people, hey, Team Skeptics Live, go over and say hello and show him some support, etc. And he went mental that I dared be live the same time as him. Had a go at the people that I'd sent over to him to join his chat, said a bunch of horrible stuff to me, and then sent me some messages and emails that were frankly disgraceful and horrific, and very offensive to me, and generally hurt my mental health with the things that he said about me as a content creator. Honestly, and ever since then, I've struggled to be a content creator ever since what Team said to me. I don't ever want to show the emails because they were disgusting, but he put me down a lot, made me feel bad about what I do, and was really, 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 really horrible to me. So I decided that was the end of our partnership. And even though he attempted to apologize, that wasn't the first time that he'd gone off on me about things. And I don't know what it was. And I wish him all the best with what he does. I know his channel's had a lot of success with the Sovereign. You're talking to the Sovereign people, the Sovsit stuff, but that's not what I want to do, and I don't think that's what my chat and what my fans want to see me do. But it was a very hostile breakup that we had.
Yeah.
He did pay me the money he owed me for working together, because we, the money, Science or Satire was making some money as a channel. It was monetized, and he did pay me what I was due. But he really did not like the fact that I dared stream the same time as him. and it caused a massive problem. But like I said, I'm not ever going to show the emails or stuff because I don't want to put them on blast for that. People know what happened. And they were extremely hurtful emails to me. And it is one of the reasons why I haven't put out a lot of videos in the past couple of years, actual scripted videos, because it made me doubt myself as a content creator with the way that he treated me and the things that he said about me.
It's not good when there's so much hate, especially when you've had such a great partnership and you're doing debates together and videos together and streaming. You're meant to be like a unity, but then for someone to actually react in that way and send you like emails that can upset you and bring you down in something that you love doing. It's it's just a shit cunt of a person to do that. And I don't get why people would react to that way. I mean, if you're streaming, you're streaming. I don't see the problem why people would. I don't know. I have no words for it. Really.
I don't own the internet. I don't own YouTube, and I don't own YouTube, and neither does the team, and neither does anyone else. You know what? And right now, my partner in crime is MC Toon. We work together a lot. We do a lot of things together. And you know what? There's been a couple of occasions where we've both had streams booked at the same time. We do try not to. Like in general, I would try not to stream the same time as team. But if I had a flirt that wanted to debate me, I'm going to do it when they're available to do it, right? But there has been a couple of occasions where MC Toon and I have been streaming at the same time. And you know what? If he finishes first, he'll send people over to me. If I finish first, I'll send people over to him. But it's never bad blood because neither of us own YouTube. We don't own this debunker space. We are just creators on YouTube. And there's no reason why we can't both stream at the same time. But with Team, the thing is, our audiences are kind of split at that point because he was doing the Sovsit stuff and I was doing Flat Earth stuff. So we didn't even really have the same audiences. But, normally, before that, if he would stream, it would be Flat Earth stuff like me, right? But because he was doing Sovsit stuff, he'd gained a different audience. And most people didn't even know that he was live on my side until I told him that, right? So I saw that he was live and, I still counted him as a friend at that point. And I thought, well, you know what? He had less people watching than I did. And, maybe because he was just drinking and talking rather than actual, something interesting. I don't know. So I said to my chat to go over to him. And, he was not only abusive to me, but he was abusive to the people that I sent over. Someone sent him a super chat being like, hey, FTFE sent me. And he fucking went off on one. He was nasty to them, and honestly, what he said to me, the things he said to me they're unforgivable to me. And people sometimes try and talk to me about Team Skeptic, and I'm basically like, I don't care. Do not talk to me. He is no longer part of my life, and I don't want to hear about what he's doing. You know what? People will be like, oh, aren't you jealous that he's got a couple 100,000 subscribers and you're still stuck at like 58 or whatever? And I'm like, no. He's done content that I'm not interested in. But maybe that's more favorable to the YouTube algorithm. But I like my niche, so I'm happy doing what I'm doing, Except for my scam baiting. That's what I want to do.
I would love to do that. No, I thought I'd ask the question because there's people out there in your community that might not quite have known the full picture of what happened. I mean, one time you're good and everything's going well. You got your channel, you got your satire and everything, and then all of a sudden it just went like that. just gone.
Yeah.
So, okay, cool. All right, no more Team Skeptic, but I feel bad for you for how he treated you, and it breaks my heart, honestly. Watching you for so many years and getting to meet you, it breaks my heart knowing that someone did that to you, and that's absolutely.
It was tough to me because I honestly, for a good few years, considered him a friend. We talked nearly every day, and we'd planned to build this new brand, Science and Satire, together, and I did consider him a friend. And it did break my heart a bit when he did what he did. And I'm not gonna lie, it did affect me as a content creator. Pretty much since then, I've not put out episodes of Flirts with Idiots because I've doubted myself so much. You know, it's no secret that I suffer from anxiety and depression and mental health issues because I'm in constant agony. I have what's called dystemic disorder. It makes me struggle every single day with everything that I'm doing. And now every time I try to make content, I'm constantly second guessing myself and struggling to do it. Right. So, but I have to get over that and get back into it. So,
you know what, Craig, you are a great content creator and
thank
streamer.
You. Well, I appreciate it. I really do.
Honestly, this is why I subscribed to you, because you had something that I liked, and I've just been loyal all the way. You are. Don't ever doubt yourself, Craig. Don't doubt yourself, mate. You are doing a fantastic fucking job. Believe me. You're very entertaining. You're very witty, and you're very fucking clever.
Thank you.
You're really clever, and. Yeah, I'm going to go on. We're going to talk about the flirts next, because this is where I really want to shake the boat. But I've learned a lot watching you. I swear to God, I've learned a lot watching you. Conspiracy Cats, Simon Dan, the rest of the clan, MC Toon. So take it as a win, mate, because you taught me so much. Believe me.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I really do.
So let's talk about the flirts. So, you like to debate the flirts. I've debated a few, and I've been on their Discord. Don't ever go on the 24/7 Discord server on Discord. Do not.
I'm banned. I can't.
Don't do it.
Pretty much all the Flat Earth Discord servers, Earth Awakening is 24/7. All the big Flurf servers on Discord, I am straight up banned from.
Yeah.
Some I never even went on, and I was pre-banned before I could go on them. And because they don't want me to go on there and absolutely ruin them.
Yeah.
And make content out of ruining them. They're afraid to have me on there, and that's something the Flurfs do a lot. Is they will maybe talk to me once and then just ban me after they think they've got some clips they can use, which is like what Angels of Shite did on TikTok. And TikTok's been annoying me as well, because I seem to have been banned from live streaming on TikTok. I've had plans for the past few weeks to do Flurf TikTok hunting, and I put on my TikTok studio, and it keeps telling me that you're not allowed to stream for X amount of days. So I go back to it to go after stream after that X amount of days, and it say, you've still got X amount of days before you can stream. At the moment, it's Tuesday.
Fuck's sake.
It says that I can stream on Tuesday. So the plan is to actually be able to do what I want to do on TikTok, which rather than just streaming, I just want to go on to Flurf streams, onto Flurf lives, because they won't join mine.
They're
too scared. So I want to join some TikTok Flurf lives. And I think the problem is, as soon as I joined TikTok and started destroying the Flat Earthers, they instantly all reported my account. And got me flagged in the algorithm or something, because I didn't have the ability to go live or to use my YouTube studio to join other lives and stuff for a long time. And I'd see a super chat that's appeared on mine, Tay on a journey. When do you plan to deliver it on the TikTok Flurf hunting after fundraising twice? Yeah, I did do super chat goals about doing that, but then realized that I actually didn't have the ability to, because TikTok had banned me from going live.
Yeah, and you can bet your ass it's them has done it, obviously. The TikTok flirts are the worst, but like I said, do not go on the 24/7 Flat Earth Discord. Don't do it. I've been on there 4 fucking times, and it's the same shit, and all they do is mute you and insult you. Don't do it.
That is Nathan Oakley's one, isn't it?
It was, but he doesn't go in anymore. I think QE still goes in there now and then, but
Nathan Oakley and QE had a big falling out, so yeah. But no, I was banned from that when
Don't do
I did talk to Nathan Oakley in there once, and then got banned, and I couldn't go back in. Like I said, the Flat Earthers have, they've stopped me going into a lot of places, because they know that unlike a lot of people, they will kind of just sit there and be like, yeah, but here's another thing. Whereas I will vehemently push back on their fucking stupidity, and be aggressive with it, and they don't like it,
They're dickheads. Do not go in there. All right then. Okay, so let's talk about the flirts, right, and your debates and everything. So, what patterns do you notice in the reasoning or behaviours of Flat Earthers that you debate?
They're dumb as fuck.
Yeah.
Well, the main thing is that they've all got their script, right? And you can, you can tell where their scripts come from, because there's sects, you know, and you can tell who their Papa Flurf is. They're fladdy, as Jeranism likes to say. They're Flurf daddy, right? And based on the things they say, you know who they've been watching, right? If they start saying things like lighthouses show the Earth's flat, they're Eric Dubay fans. If they say things like Earth is measured flat, they're Oakleyite. You know, if they start trying to say about a plane has to dip its nose down, if the Earth was a globe, then they've been watching Dave Weiss. You know, they've all got their script and their patterns and the things they say, and they always go back to the same stupid arguments like, well, water is level, isn't it? Right?
Yeah.
So therefore the Earth's flat. But it's just wrong on so many levels. That's not what that's not what level means. That's not how that works. You're using it incorrectly. But the main pattern that I notice is that none of them have any understanding of physics in the slightest.
No.
Not even a little bit, right? They will have maybe have read a other Flurf's review of a scientific paper, like they used the Michelson-Morley experiment, right? And Whitsitt used that all the time. But Whitsitt didn't understand what he was talking about. Whitsitt would cherry pick little things out of it that he think backed him up. Therefore, the Earth is flat because it proved the Earth doesn't move. And all the other Flurfs will just parrot that nonsense, right? But they don't understand what they're talking about. They cherry pick tiny little sections of things that they think backs them up. But when you look at the context behind it, it's just nothing.
Yeah, literally is. Think of, you will always know if Whitsitt's your Papa Flurf because it's relativity is one he always mentions. He thinks he's the king at knowing that particular thing. And whenever you hear other Flurfs mention that, is, you know, oh, okay, yes, Whitsitt. But I mean, you got to meet Whitsitt, and you had a bit of a one-on-one with him. But
do you want me to tell the story?
Go for it. I'd love to hear it.
So I was at DebateCon 5 in New Jersey. New Jersey being my first taste of America. Oofed. And I was talking with Bob, one of the organizers, Sideshow Nav, ex-military navigator in the Air Force, and we were watching people come in, and we were just having a chat as it was getting started, and we saw someone come in, and he was like, "Is that a homeless guy that's just come in?" And we were genuinely about to get security until we realized that it was Whitsitt. He looked a state. He looked like he hadn't washed in a week. He looked disheveled. He looked like he was almost falling over, right? So he got himself checked in and everything, went up to his room and then came back down really quite quickly. And he was standing in the foyer in between the two doors of the hall of the hotel. And I thought, this is my opportunity. I'm going to go say hello. Obviously, this is just after a couple months after he'd been to Antarctica, and the whole Whitsitt vapes it thing had gone off, where he'd vaped on screen to pretend that he was breathing.
I don't know why.
You don't know. You got to lie about being in Antarctica when you're in Antarctica. It's so fucking stupid, right? So because that whole thing with the vape, I had like a weed vape on me, and I went up to him and I was like, "Hey, Whitsitt, how you doing? Whitsitt gets it. Nice to meet you. Craig McNeill." Shook his hand. It was a bit slimy. And pulled my vape out of pocket. Fancy a vape? His face dropped. It was hilarious.
Don't do that.
Had to talk about what he was debating and how I was kind of on his side almost with it, even though I've changed my mind about that now. And then he got on an Uber and disappeared. And about 40 minutes came back. 40 minutes, 50 minutes, right? When he got out of the Uber and came back, it was like watching Donald Trump walk down a red carpet, you know, all fucking over the place. And his pupils were like 4 times the size that they'd been, and he smelled very funny. I mean, I'm not going to say what I think he did, but I think everyone can gather what he probably went and did, and it probably wasn't cannabis. And then he wasn't at the bar or anything that evening, which we were kind of expecting he would be. And then I had one of my 2 debates the next day, and it was right after my debate that we had the VIP dinners. And where there was tables for each of the speakers, where the supporters and their fans could gather around and talk to them and stuff. My table was full. It was brilliant. I had a bunch of people at my table, and we were having a great old time. And we looked over at Whitsitt, and well, he was finally the smartest person at the table because no one else was there. right?
I see your meme. That's so funny.
Yeah. And again, Bob, the organizer, came here. He's like, Witsit's on his own. People should maybe go and sit with him. I was like, of course we fucking should. Absolutely. So we went and sat with Witsit. And he wasn't happy about that. And I started jabbing him a bit about our debates that I destroyed him in. And he's like, I had to teach you about relativity. I was like, Witsit, I had to go away and learn how dumb you were so I could appropriately respond to the things that you'd said that were so stupid. And I was poking him a bit about his time in Antarctica. And it started he was getting really quite defensive. And I was like, Witsit, why do you lie to people? Why do you pretend you're smart? And he's like, you're being a fucking psychopath. And I was like, I'm calling you out for being dumb. You've told me, Witsit, that no one else would ever talk to you this way. But I'm here talking to you like this, aren't I, Witsit? And he was like, you're just a psycho. Well, I'm going to start recording. And I said, well, maybe I'll just go live. And he was like, oh, you should just leave me alone. And I was like, maybe I should, because I had promised the organizer, James, that if Witsit asked me to leave him alone, because James knows our history, that if he asked me to leave him alone, I would. But before I left, I let it all out exactly how I feel about him. His assaulting his wife, etc., blah blah blah, his stupidity, his lies, and then I left him alone. And then after, me and Mike from the Drunk Debunk Show were standing outside the room having a chat about what had just happened, because it was hilarious. And he came out, like, skulking, looking at the floor, walked past us, got about 25 meters in the distance, and then turned around and went, you're a chubby cripple, and there's a reason you're not invited to things like this. You know, the thing that I was at.
Yeah, invited to, yeah.
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 And I was like, I may be a chubby cripple, but I'm not fucking Witsit. And he's also, then in fact, I got invited back to the next one and he didn't, which was hilarious. And I just told him to go and, spit on his wife again, because that's probably what he's good at. And then he had his debate, where me and all my fans and my wife sat in front of, in the front two rows with facepalm protection on, laughing at everything he said and facepalming. He's kind of stopped halfway through the debate to debate my wife, which was quite funny. And then after the debate, he ran out of there so fucking fast. It was hilarious. But it was absolutely brilliant meeting him. Absolutely brilliant.
I would have loved to. Sap him. Stop being a fucking flat earther. You went to Antarctica. You had a free trip to Antarctica and you still came back a fucking flat earther.
Yeah.
It's wrong.
None of the other flat earthers came back a flat earther, only him. But here's the funniest thing. He has said several times on stream,
I've heard it,
that if anyone spoke to him like that in real life, he'd break their jaw. My jaw remained unbroken.
He has threatened you a lot. Oh, fucking man. I don't think you're ever going to debate him again, ever. I don't think.
Oh, no, absolutely not. He would never dare talk to me again. He'll make some excuses like, oh, it's not worth talking to him. But the fact is, he's just scared to talk to me now, right? The last debate we had was on Jeranism's channel about a month before he went. And I asked him during the debate, if it turns out that there is a 24-hour sun, is that a problem for Flat Earth? And he said, yeah, it's a big problem for Flat Earth. It'll be a big problem. Yeah, I watched But he came back and he was like, there's no problem for Flat Earth because he's a fucking liar.
I sent a super chat in there on that stream because he wouldn't answer your question. And I think the super chat was, Witsit, answer Craig's question for the 6th time. And then you in the background going, Danny, COD later.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. All right, okay.
Yeah, we need to play some more COD, or actually, I can't stop playing Satisfactory, so you should probably just join me on Satisfactory.
Oh, yeah, I saw the price of it. Maybe.
Yeah, it's only like 30 quid Satisfactory.
Yeah, 30 quid, too much. I'll look into it, though. I will look into it. So, all right, okay. So, what is the wildest or most unexpected argument a flat earther has ever thrown at you? This is something I really want to know.
Oh God! I mean, none of them are unexpected at this point. When there's just personal attacks, that's kind of always a bit off-putting because I can't really argue with personal attacks. I just let them say them. The question, you know? Yeah,
so that's all they got.
What they do when there's personal attacks, I just have a conversation with them and allow them to make more and more personal attacks to prove that Flurfs aren't just stupid; they're generally horrifically fucking horrible people, right? It's not just that they're dumb. but they're so dumb. They lack some kind of internal regulation to realize that they're being generally and genuinely disgusting humans. Like they're the worst of the worst in so many ways. Fred Bailey's right in the chat. It was very unexpected when Mallory showed me furry foot fetish porn. That did kind of put me off. I'll admit, right?
I remember watching that.
But there's no argument that a flat earther can give me where I'm like, I don't know how to debunk that, because they're all so easy to debunk. People at the moment are like, why aren't you debating this celestial theodolite stuff? Well, that's because Alan from Space Audits won't talk to me because I'm scary and FTFE. But that's just not understanding geometry, and it's very easy to debunk if you just use actual maths, unlike him, because he's not very good at maths. It confuses me when they try and use the positions of the stars as evidence the Earth is flat, because they tell me so many times that, well, you can't use the sky to determine the shape of the ground, but then they say things like, the stars never move, therefore the Earth's flat. Well, isn't that against the thing that you just said? You know?
I was just about to say that. They say what happens in the sky does not determine what the shape of what the floor is, but then they'll go to the stars. But the thing is, we have polar rotations on the south and the north, and they can't fathom it. So
Whitsitt explained it to us. Remember? Whitsitt said that it's a window.
Yeah.
Right? If you draw a circle on a window, then the person on the other side is going to see the circle being drawn the other way.
Say it.
But I've travelled from the northern to the southern hemisphere, Danny, and I don't remember a point during that when I travelled through a plane of glass. I don't know if anyone else has travelled over the equator, but when you have, guys, did you travel through a plane of glass? Because that's not something that I have memories of.
Oh, your video and Simon, Dan. At what point are you at the other side of the fucking stars? Love it. It's so true.
He's so dumb. He's so dumb.
The thing is, there's evidence of the different rotations in the north and the south and everything, and the arguments I've heard. Because when I debated Vince and Brian, I mentioned more about the star rotations than anything, and I wanted to catch them out by them telling me different stories. But all I got was watch my debate. Is so fucking funny, man. It was so funny.
Well, send it to me. I can maybe review it sometime.
Oh yeah, okay then. But the thing is, right, about halfway through the debate, I actually got my head was numb, and things were just coming out of my mouth because, for one, I got quite bored because they weren't really giving me much, and I got to the point where I just lost the will to live, and I was like, my partner Rick, I was like, take the floor, mate, take it. Yeah, I'll send you a link, and if you ever want to cover it, yeah, why not?
Well, I do always need content for my membership drives. Mr. E-Man Original's got a good point. I did break a bit that time that I was debating Rad Vlad and explaining how lasers bend over water because of refraction, and I showed him one, and his answer was, well, that laser's broken. That did break me a little bit.
I put that in the intro, that clip. That clip was just, that's a masterpiece, that clip.
Oh, if you send me that clip, I can play it on my side so everyone can actually hear it.
What the video that I
Yeah. If you that montage, if you're able to just upload it to email while we're talking, I could download it and play it so people can actually hear the audio. So I'm still pretty sure the audio didn't play on your stream either.
Right. Okay. If not, it's it is what it is. The important thing is I'm chatting to you and we're doing this. But okay then.
All right, guys, in the chat, in both my chat and Danny's chat, remember, if you have any questions for me, any questions, so you can ask me anything, either super chat or just tag Danny, so he's got questions to ask me, either on my chat or if you're watching on his side as well. And if you're not watching on Danny's side, the link to his channel's in the description, so go and do that. But any questions at all you've got for me, then please feel free to ask.
Thank you very much. I think there is a few questions my way, but we'll carry on for a bit longer. You're right to do just a tad longer.
Yeah. As long as
I've
I've
got a few
done
more
by
questions.
by about 10:30, so I can get ready for my stream with Will.
That sounds good. So, what was the most satisfying moment you had in the debate? The most satisfying, and I mean the best. satisfaction you've ever had?
Ooh, satisfactory. So, when I was on Jaren's channel debating Sovereign Soul, Unchained Mind, that Jaren's got a very specific format, which I don't think some understood, right? Where you each got just a certain amount of time that you like when you're playing chess, right? And you hit the thing. You know, you've only got the amount of time that you've got to make your moves. Once your time's up, you're not allowed to talk anymore, right? And I purposely, throughout that debate, let Sov spew as much nonsense as possible. By the end of the debate, I had nearly 5 minutes of time where I could talk and he wasn't allowed to because he used up all his time. And this goes against people.
I think I remember this.
Yeah, this goes against people saying that I always interrupt and stuff when I was like, well, I do sometimes, right? But, you know, I was purposely letting him have the floor to use up his time. So then I had 5 minutes of uninterrupted debunking time. And I absolutely ruined him so much. It was absolutely incredible. And it's when I came up with the line of, you're not stupid because you're a flat earther. You're a flat earther because you're stupid. And I timed it perfectly. And I said that just as my time ran out. It was amazing.
I remember that. I remember watching that.
Yeah.
You fucking went hard as well. You went absolutely fucking hard. At one point, I was like that. Whoa. Like,
there has been other times where, but it's more after the debates. I've had maybe 20, 25 debates, right? Where afterwards, they have emailed me and said, you won, and I'm not a flat earther anymore, right? I've had to remove some debates at the request. If people do that, right, and they're like, look, Craig, I was wrong. I was wrong, and you were right, and the Earth is a globe. And a few of them have asked me to remove the debate because they were so fucking embarrassed, which I would do, right? If you want to admit you're wrong, you know, and you don't want that on there, then I'll remove it. If you're a dick, I'll just keep it up. But that is also extremely satisfying. If getting people to turn back to the globe. And I have had hundreds of people say that I am the reason that they are no longer flat earthers. So this is worth it in the long run, you know?
Yeah, you're saving people.
Yeah,
saving people. I've got about 6 or 7 more questions left. Don't do the bloody thing. Oh, I can't fucking stand it. The kids do it. Right. This is an interesting question. I was doing my questions with Hannah, you know, my partner, and I was trying to come up with some good questions, and she actually came up with this one. Have you ever declined a debate because the person was unstable or a bit extreme?
Yeah, a few.
Yeah.
There's a guy on X. I've had him on once. He calls himself Creator John Puckett, and he challenged me to, you know, after I had him on once, I realized that he was just batshit fucking crazy, and not just flat Earth crazy, but like he needs help kind of crazy.
Right.
And he's challenged me to debate several times, and I've refused to debate him because I think that he's genuinely mentally unwell. I mean, most Flurfs are in general mentally unwell, but this was, you know, on another level. And then Ryan Casey, who calls himself Exposing Mars Tricks, who during the debate that I was having with him, I realized that he was mentally unwell, and I stopped the debate sooner than was planned because a few people actually super chatted me and were like, Craig, I will pay you to not have this person on your channel because he's clearly unstable, and I completely agreed with them. You know, if they're just pushing nonsense to others and they're just flat earthers and just the normal amount of fucking crazy, yeah, I'll gladly expose their stupidity to the world. But when they're shouting things like, I am God, you know, you will worship me, then it's very unlikely that I'm willing to let them back on.
Yeah. Okay. It's interesting. I did imagine, because I remember saying to her, there's going to be a lot that, because for one, like facts, you tried your best to save facts, and
yeah, I tried a lot.
I've watched every single one. I was super chatting and everything. I was like, Craig, we've got him. We've got facts. We've got him. He's gonna come. And then just when you have that little bit of hope from him, He's like, yeah, but what about? And I'm just like, oh no, don't go back. Don't. You were just there. You were literally just there. I was like, no. But
what I found out about Fax is
Yeah.
that he was a substance abuser. You know, like meth, heroin, coke, like real bad stuff. And you know, I kind of thought maybe that was the case, but it was after maybe our fourth or fifth debate that he phoned me, because I'd given him my number and I was chatting to him because I really wanted to help him, you know, and I was talking to him off stream as well. But then he phoned me in the middle of a bender, like saying all the things he was doing, and you know, he was clearly not in a good place because of the drugs and stuff he was on. So I decided to end our relationship there and never let him.
Give him a platform again.
Give him a platform again.
Yeah.
And when I told him that, he went off his absolute nut at me, threatened death on me, and things like that. So you know,
do you know what? I'll say this, Craig. I had a soft spot for Fax. As soon as
I did,
came
I
on
was.
for the
I felt like
first
I was
one,
this close.
I know you were literally you were that you had him, but then he's just got that little thing in his head that's like, but flat Earth. I'm just like, get the flat Earth out.
Yeah.
But I was so fond of him, I really was, and I was sending super chats encouraging him, you know, and bigging him up and telling him that he's such a nice guy and he don't deserve to live the way he lives, like in the flat Earth world sort of thing. And you had him, and you tried your best. You really did try your best.
Because I genuinely want to help people. I do. I want to help people.
I know you do. I know you do. And you've helped me. I've learned a lot from you.
I mean, there's all right. Some people I just want to mock because you know they're lying grifter assholes like David Weiss.
Yeah.
And my captive Rubik's has suggested that you get David Weiss onto your podcast and have me on and screw with him again.
Oh,
but
she said that
he would be able to see this interview, and that would mean he wouldn't ever come on because he knows that I've been on here, of course.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, so it's a Rubik said, you know, tagged me in it. Would you be up for hosting Durf like Conspiracast did? Let's do it. Let's do it.
I mean, if you can convince him to come on,
if you
right?
if you put me right down the right channels of emails and you know and everything, I'll even set up a stream. I'll set up a nice background. I'll make it look the fucking shit.
I mean, if we could fool him into another stream,
yep,
right, it would be amazing because I want to make him paranoid. For people that don't know, Rubik's my captive / assistant spent months tricking Dearth into joining what was a not real podcast, although technically it is a real podcast because they did episodes of it called Conspiracast, and then we got me, Toon, and Rubik's got Dearth on and screwed with him with voice changers that were very clearly voice changers.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, you had a very posh voice, like down my way.
Yeah, I was talking like this in the background, being very, very proper, whilst having a voice changer on and calling myself D Rimmer.
D Rimmer, oh, amazing. Do you know? I'll tell you what, a Rubik's. It's a Rubik's. Sorry, hit me up. I'm definitely on it.
Rubik's is Gmail. It's a Rubik's@gmail.com.
Okay.
Just send them an email and see if you can organise something.
Yeah.
Maybe you know, if you're going to do that, maybe set this video private or unlisted in the meantime on yours, because he might see this and be like, "I'm not coming on. You've had a demon on there."
It's a good idea. I'll probably do it private. Yeah.
But you know, it would be great to get him on again. And screw with him, but also at the same time, it's up to you. I don't want you to not have this video on your channel if that's what you want on there. You know,
I'll email Rubik's and we'll get that done. We'll get it in the pipeline for sure. I am definitely on that. I would fucking love nothing better than to fucking screw with that grifter, David Weiss.
Yeah, because I would actually like to be able to push back a bit more. Like, we were just trying to get him to say things that were dumb at the last time. But I would like to actually be in a persona that wanted to actually debate him and push back against the things he said, and challenge him a lot more and see how triggered I can get him. I want to see if I can make him rage quit a podcast, but at the same time, I'd like to be able to make sure he knows that it was me. You know.
I've got I've got a few more questions, but we'll definitely get down the pipeline. Just a few more questions, then we'll go to the chat. Have you ever been caught off guard by a flat Earth claim you haven't heard before?
No.
No?
No.
I thought you would have been like, oh yeah.
No, they're all the same. They haven't changed since 2016.
Oh, fuck's sake, man. That's boring.
And you know, the only thing that that surprised me was when Mallory showed me furry foot fetish porn. You know, that was it. Oh no, to be fair, I was a bit caught off guard when a guy called You Are an Idiot, Why You Are an Idiot, told me that the moon was Finneir's chew toy.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Yeah, you know, the ancient wolf from
I don't even know how to take that.
And to be fair, in one of my very first debates, when Flat Earth Aussie Jesus told me that the moon was dug out of the Grand Canyon by giants melted into quartz filled with helium when it was still cold, and that explains the craters because that's how bubbles happen and pop, and then putting this guy to mock us worshipping the god, that did kind of catch me off guard a little bit.
Oh, that was the most stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life, and there's been a lot of fucking stupid. Fucking hell. All right then. So here's one then. What advice would you give someone who wants to get into debunking or debating flat earthers? What's your best advice?
Don't tell them that you know me or Toon, because we've scared all the flat earthers off.
Do you hear that, everyone?
Just make sure you've got your arguments down. Yep. And the thing is, right, I've not always got everything right. I've got things wrong before. You know, my physics degree was 20 plus years ago. You know, I've had to relearn a lot of the things that I learned in the past. But the best thing is to have all your arguments down so they can never try and claim victory by you saying something slightly wrong. But if you do say something wrong, and this is one of the most important things, never be afraid to admit that you were wrong.
Yeah,
right?
I've done that. Yeah.
You have to. And that's one of the things that I helped flip Jaren, is because me and Jaren were having an argument in private, and I was adamant that I was right about something, but after a couple of days I realized I was completely wrong and told him.
Yeah.
And that was like, oh shit, this Glober's being honest. Maybe I'm wrong about them, you know? We've got a flurf in the chat called Balls of Gas is a Stupid Idea. Who, if you want to debate me,
bring it on.
And Balls of Gas,
I'll even host it.
You know, he's talking about the Conspiracast podcast. That wasn't my podcast. Rubik's owns that podcast. We didn't make money doing that. Apart from when we reviewed it, of course, I got some super chats, but that wasn't a monetized thing.
Whoever that was, if you want to come and debate Craig, you can come do it on my channel. I'm a good moderator. I make things fair, and there's no bias or anything. So let's see if he'll hit you up anyway. You got his email, fighttheflatearth@gmail.com. So email him and post in the debate. I've got two more questions, and then we'll do the chat. Do you think now?
I try not to.
Yeah, yeah. I was trying to think of something. All right. Do you think most flat earthers generally believe what they say, or is it more about identity or the community or something?
Right. Here's the thing. 75% of flat earthers oppose.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Like, especially on Facebook and X and Discord, and even a lot of them that post on TikTok and YouTube. 75% are just liars for attention because they think it's funny, because they think it can be viral. 25% are genuine fucking idiots. But there are so many people that are just pose in this, and it's become easier and easier to spot the pose.
Yeah. There's just what can you explain what a po is? I mean, I know the sort of
pose law is basically it's someone that is pretending to be someone but isn't.
Right.
You know,
okay. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough.
So they're like they're lying about who they are whilst putting on a character of something. You know, if anyone's unsure, just Google pose law and you'll understand.
All right. Okay. My last question is about modern day debate.
Yeah.
So, as we know, you've done many debates with them. But what changed? Like, what happened? What's going on?
It's their audience, to be honest. It's toxic. It's become a right-wing Christian nationalist house of Nazis.
Mm-hmm.
They're willing to host actual pedophiles, which I would not do. And I kind of don't like that very much. You know, I appreciate everything they've done for me, getting me debates and flying me out to America twice to debate live and stuff. But their audience is one of the most toxic communities I've ever come across.
Right.
And I would never, you know, there's things that they've said and done that I completely and utterly disagree with.
Okay. I think I think that's all the questions there. I did have another one, but it was I starred it because if we had time, then I guess I could.
Yeah, go on.
What's one thing you're working on to improve yourself?
My fitness is always something I'm working on right now. I mean, people that's watched me for years can see I've lost half my fucking body weight.
Yeah, I noticed it. Yeah,
and you know, I was not worried about going to America because I just took my own guns with me. You know, I'm always working on that. I'm trying to work at being not interrupting flat earthers so much, which is very hard. Yeah. You know, a lot of people say that I should let them hang themselves more, give them the rope, and I absolutely agree with that on certain occasions. I mean, I've got my rule where if they are acting like dicks, then I will do it 10 times worse. But if they're decent, then I'll be decent as well. But yeah, I'm always working on that.
Yeah, for those in the chat that don't know what that is, it's called FTFE mode. That's what it is. I think they're aware of the FTFE mode.
Balls of Gas, his stupid idea in the chat says that physics strongly disagrees with Jupiter. Well, no, because Jupiter exists because physics is a thing. Gravity is part of physics. Maybe you don't mean the same as us when you talk about physics. But Balls of Gas, stupid idea. You have 5 minutes to send me an email to arrange debate, or the chat's allowed to start timing you out.
There you go, and I'll even host it. So let's see if I can find any questions from my side. And I mean, if there's any questions that they have personally for me, then maybe you can throw my side. It's up to you. Oh, you never guess who's in the chat. My chat.
Who?
Nemo.
Which one's Nemo?
Nemo, Octavia.
Is that
Nemo, Octavius. Yeah, I think you've debated before.
Probably. I've debated 1,500 of them.
Yeah. He goes, Craig seems like a decent dude, does not understand the nature of his reality, but you can't have everything.
I've measured the Earth, so, you know, I definitely understand it. I don't just believe what I'm told, Nemo. I check.
Borg and Emporia? Is that how you say it?
Borg Emporia, yeah.
Yeah. He says, a question for FTFE. What leave of face palm protection do you recommend for your next stream? What leave?
What level of face palm protection? Ultra. Yeah,
ultra.
Always ultra. You know, there's only official NASA ones, the ones that I sell that are endorsed by NASA. If they don't have an FTFE logo on, then they're not sufficient.
Yeah.
A pinch, sellotape a few pillows to your hands, but that might not be enough.
I want one of those mittens, actually. I'll have to PayPal you and send one over. I should have collected one when I was up there.
I didn't have any spare at that point.
Oh, right, okay.
I've ordered, people ordered some in my last membership drive, and I think I got 4 spare. So if people want them, it'd be 20 quid, and so I can get them sent and made and stuff.
Yeah, I get mine for free. No, I was joking. Bree said, Danny and Craig, why should I even care if Earth is a globe or flat? Make a case.
Because it is abusive to people that fall into stupidity. There are gullible people that don't understand the nature of the reality, that are maybe not the brightest of people, that will then fall into the stupid. And if you're a flat earther, it's not just flat earth. It's everything else, every other conspiracy. Yeah. Everyone is lying to you. Literally everyone, every physics teacher, every everyone that does any science, every pilot, every boat captain, everyone is lying to you, and it's a dangerous mindset to have. Plus, to just ignore the nature of reality is a stupid thing to do. And when children start hearing about flat Earth, it can be extremely damaging to a growing mind.
Yeah, it can be. Definitely. You had a debate with someone about that particular topic? About
you want to
Flat
going to
Earth.
check out my recent debate with Dapper Dino on
Yeah.
Debate Hub about is teaching Flat Earth to kids child abuse. Then yeah. Balls of gas is stupid idea. We don't operate an echo chamber. We are offering you the opportunity to speak to me live. That is the opposite of an echo chamber. However, there are rules. To be able to be in my chat and in part of the conversation there, if you're a flat earther, the rule is you must engage with me live first. It's not an echo chamber, literally the opposite of an echo chamber. You are free to come and express your ideas live on video. That is exactly not what an echo chamber is. But there are rules, and the rule is you must speak to me live, otherwise you're not allowed to be in the chat, ignoring the things that are told to you.
I'm sure that email's going to drop soon, unless he's going to get timed out. So you've been warned, mate. You've been warned. Nemo came back again.
Sorry, one sec. Balls of gas. The rule applies to flat earthers. People in my chat that are on my side don't need to debate me. But if you want to be a flat earther in my chat and argue with the people in my chat, that means you must talk to me live, which is the opposite of an echo chamber. I am giving you the opportunity to talk to me live. The opposite of an echo chamber. Sorry, what did Nemo say?
Yeah, so Nemo came back with a statement. Whether the Earth is a globe or flat or a piano, love your family and friends and never hate or dislike someone because you disagree with them over their belief in the globe or the flat Earth.
I don't necessarily hate flat earthers unless they act like horrible human beings, like a lot of them do. However, I could not be friends with a flat earther because I'm friends with smart people.
Right. Let me see if I just got any more.
Guys, just start giving balls of gas the Vicky treatment. They're afraid to talk to me. This is not an echo chamber. You are being offered the opportunity to talk to me live. Every time you say it's an echo chamber, you are lying because I am telling you it's the opposite of an echo chamber. But there are rules that flat earthers must follow to be involved. Having rules doesn't make a place an echo chamber.
One day he'll get it.
Yeah.
Or she'll get it, whoever it is. So there is a question from Basil Problem.
Yeah. The Basil Problem. Hey, yeah, this is probably going to be something about me wearing Fred Perry or something, right?
No, I don't think it is actually. It's
or about submarines, or I don't know. They don't like me.
Yeah. Oh right, okay. I was a flat earther.
I think so.
Well, he says, please ask Craig the exact. I'm gonna read it out as they've written it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Please ask Craig the university and year he earned his degree in nuclear engineering.
The nuclear engineering one was Napier University through the Royal Navy. That would have been in 2004. 2004. I was awarded that.
There you go.
But it was accredited by Napier University whilst I was in the Royal Navy.
Right. Okay. Let me see if there's any more questions for you. I don't know. Sorry. Don't know. See if it's.
To be clear, I didn't actually go to Napier University. I was in the Navy. The degree was accredited by Napier University. And he's probably going to go and check to see if I'm on a list or something, but they don't really do that.
Oh yeah, and then there's not been any more questions, but Rubik said, Danny, would you be up for hosting Durf like Spirits Cast did? I'm going to reach out to you, Rubik's. Let me just check if there's anything. No, just saying, good interview. Good interview. Everyone's loving it. Everyone's having a good time. I don't know if there's
I'll
any.
Read out my super chats. Then we got Tay on Tay Journey says, when do you plan to deliver on TikTok Flurf hunting? I'm allowed to do my stuff on there on Tuesday, so I guess I'll do it then. Nicholas Lag says for $2, the Star Stuff does an amazing job. Yeah, I like Star Stuff a lot. Mr. E-Man Original says most common trait of Flurfs is to deflect and run from the topic of flat Earth. Nicholas Lag for $2 Canadian says, what about Mikey Smith's death threat on MC Toon? Yeah, that's fun. Flat Earthers like to threaten people with death. I've had that happen to me several times. Nicholas Lag for $2 says David Weiss AI prank was priceless. Seriously, the only thing was AI that was AI was the generation of our voices was an AI generation, but it was just a voice changer. Nicholas for $2 says, how can Nathan Thompson continue after that, showing porn on screen? Yeah, I know, right?
Oh my God.
Knock It Offler for $2 says, I'd love that debate. You like my avatar? Love ya. Oh yeah, that's a good avatar. Is that David Weiss on there? That's perfect. Riley for Sun Utah says, remember kids, they're not stupid because they're flat earthers. They're flat earthers because they're fucking stupid.
True.
Last chance, guys. Any questions for me? If not, we're gonna get wrapped up so that I can get ready for my next stream with Will.
That's fine. No, there's no more. So that's it. Oh, she must have heard a little noise then. Right. Okay. So, thank you very much, Craig, for your time.
Thank you very much for the interview, buddy. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate you putting your next stream an hour later. I really appreciate that. I saw that and I thought, oh, it's nice of him. He might give me a bit more time, and you did, and you've been amazing. And I've had, we spoke briefly yesterday just to do some mic checks and everything, and I was sort of like, yeah, I'm so excited to do this. Let's get it done, and I've had an amazing time. I really have.
I appreciate it, mate. I really do.
Thank you for your honesty, and don't forget, Craig, no matter what anyone says to you, right, me and the rest of your community know that you are the shit. You're the smartest.
Appreciate it. I
You
really
are
do.
one of the smartest people I know, one of the best entertainers on YouTube, and do not let silly things or words like that ever bring you down, mate. You are stronger than that.
I appreciate it. I really do. It means the world.
Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna get you out of here, but I mean every word I said, mate. All right. I love you.
Thank you. I love you too.
It was amazing meeting you, and I will be coming up to Scotland again, and I will be coming to see you. All right,
buddy. Well, you're welcome anytime. You know that. You know where I live.
Perfect. Let me just see. Yep, I'm ready to do my outro. So it's been amazing, mate. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you very much, buddy. I'll speak to you soon. Take it easy.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye. I just want to thank again Craig for being here and doing the interview. I hope it went well, and I hope you've all enjoyed it. I've had a few green screen problems. I don't know why, but fuck it, who gives a shit? I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's my first interview, and I thought it went pretty well. I don't see anything that went a bit bad or anything. I am getting a bit tired, I must admit. You can tell, because I'm sort of slurring my words now and trying to get stuff out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end this now with the outro video. I don't know if you're going to get sound. I really hope you are, but let's see. Anyways, I've been Danny Turner. That's been Craig McNeill. This has been The Interview. Until then, cheerio.